Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be taking a deep dive into how the person on your mind is currently thinking and feeling about you and about your connection overall. So I'm really excited to get into it, but just before we do, I want to give a huge thank you to Ana Luisa, who is sponsoring today's video. Ana Luisa is a jewelry brand that crafts high quality pieces at an affordable price. I personally like to wear jewelry on special occasions, and when I do, I like to keep the pieces simple and subtle. For everyday use, I just like to kind of wear the same pieces. I'm too lazy to be thinking about wearing different pieces of jewelry every day, so I like things that are just simple and classic and go with everything. The pieces that I'm wearing right now are from Ana Luisa, and as you can see, they are perfect for that. They are simple, dainty, elegant pieces, and they really do go with everything. I recently got this fire pendant, which is a part of the personality pendant collection. These pendants have handmade drawings with a vintage finish. They have the 4 elements as well as spirit and light. As a spiritual person, I was super excited about this collection. I am an Aries sun. Happy Aries season, by the way, to all my fellow Aries. But I don't always feel like I embody that energy. Maybe because it's in the 12th house. I don't always feel super Ariesy, and I would really like to step into that energy more. So I went with the fire pendant to remind me of my strong and passionate sun. You could go for your dominant element or an element whose energy you would like to channel more. You could even get these as a gift for a loved one, and it will show how well you know them. I also got the Celeste earrings, which are so my style. I have a ton of celestial body jewelry, as well as the Cleo Ring, which is super cute too. All the pieces are made to last, and they are even carbon neutral. They're the perfect treat for yourself or for a loved one. Ana Luisa is giving you guys a 20% discount, so if you'd like to check them out, you can use the link down below and use the code KINOTAROT20 at checkout. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much to you guys for listening to that. And now let's get on to the reading. Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be taking a look at how the person on your mind is currently feeling about you and about the connection that exists between the two of you. I'm going to do my best in this reading to include messages and interpretations for all different types of connections, whether they be romantic or non-romantic in nature. But there are many people who watch these readings with a love interest in mind. So if some romantic messages pop up and the person you're thinking about is not a romantic interest, then please feel free to omit those messages or interpret them in a different way that better fits your situation. But in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the current energies of your connection with your person. So your energy, their energy, and then the energy between the two of you. And then we're going to look at their thoughts of you, their emotions towards you, and also take a look at what their higher self is thinking and feeling about this connection. There are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today, and on top of each, well, it's not a pile, it's just one card, but on top of each, we have a different piece of jewelry from Ana Luisa, who is kindly sponsoring today's video. So I'm going to show you each of these pieces up close one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. For number 1s, we have the Cleo Ring. For number 2s, we have the fire pendant. And for number 3s, we have the Celeste earrings. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Cleo Ring, this is going to be a reading all about how the person on your mind is currently feeling about you and about this connection. So I wanted to show you guys a list that has everything we are going to be covering in the reading today. So we have the reading here on YouTube as well as the extended. Here on YouTube, we're going to be taking a look at the current energies of this connection. So we'll look at you, we'll look at them, and then we will look at the energy between the two of you. And then we're going to dive into your person's feelings for you. So we're going to take a look at their head, basically what they are thinking about you, their heart, what their emotions are towards you, and then their soul, which is like where their higher self is at towards you and this connection. And then in the extended reading, we're going to see what does your person want to happen between the two of you. So this can be like their intentions moving forward or what they wish would happen in the connection. And then we're going to see, will your person be taking action, or should you be the one to take action, and what actions should be taken? And then finally, we're going to look at what the next 6 months has in store for this connection. So that is everything we're going to be looking at today. We're going to start off with the energy check of the connection. So this card will go in the middle. It's going to represent the energies between the two of you. And then we're going to put person A's cards here and person B's cards here. I will be calling them A and B. So as you listen to the description of these energies, you may feel like I'm A and they're B, or you might feel like I'm B and they're A. If you resonate with both sides, then it's highly likely that you and your person are mirroring each other. But if you don't resonate with either side of this equation, then you may want to try listening to a different group, or maybe this is just not your reading today. But without further ado, let's get into your cards. So the energy in between the two of you is freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. On A's side, we have organization, which is the Emperor. Your plans are on target and everything will flow more smoothly if you add a little organization and discipline to your methods. The key to success is to allow your creativity to be gently guided by logic. Be open to asking for help from someone very intellectual or seek out a mentor. We have this has happened before. Period, question mark. And we have deja vu. And you have the power to end the story however you want. Then on B's side, we have the Four of Abundance, or the Four of Pentacles. It's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely, or are you holding on to it too tightly? This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Is your heart open, or are you holding back? Your hard work and wise investments will bring great success. And then we have Let's Make Magic Happen. And I Want Us to Last. Okay, so a couple things I want to mention. I do want to mention zodiac signs that are present here. You don't necessarily have to match these zodiac signs, but it could be an extra bit of confirmation for some of you. So on A's side, we have Aries energy, because this is the Emperor related to the sign of Aries. And then on B's side, we have Capricorn. The Four of Pentacles relates to Capricorn. So Aries and Capricorn could be relevant placements of you and your person. I also want to mention that we have the number 4 on both sides. You guys both have the same number. So I do think that we will see some form of mirroring. I'm almost seeing it as both of you guys, first of all, I think both of you guys are extremely hardworking, and you value, not only do you value stability and security, but you really value your own capability to create that for yourself. It's really important that you guys can build stability and security for yourselves. I think both of you guys are very driven. One or both of you may be quite passionate about your career, like you have big dreams for where you're going to go professionally. I also think that both of you guys are at a stage of your life where it's almost like you're preparing for something. You're working hard and preparing for something. You're building something up because you anticipate that a major change or transition is going to come soon in your life. So, for example, I'm saving up money because I'm going to move in the future. So there's a transition coming in the future, and now we're working hard, we're building up something, we're saving up something. And I kind of see both of you guys in that energy right now. So you may be able to relate to each other quite a bit. And with this number 4 as well, I also think that on both sides, both people in this connection feel there's a reason I met you. I met you for a specific reason. You are meant to be in my life. Maybe we don't know why yet. We just have that feeling, because the number 4 does make me think of the divine order of things and destiny, and especially with this deja vu on A's side, that gives the feeling of familiarity. I feel like I know you, or I feel like there's a reason you're here. And I kind of think that's happening on both sides. Definitely both people get the sense that, oh, this person is very important to me, or is gonna be very important in my future. So over here, I would say, I think both of you guys are very hardworking, but there's a little bit of a sense of being more mature in some way. More mature or more experienced or more responsible. But with that being said, A has a lot of freaking drive. They may not have the experience or the maturity just yet, but they have so much passion and will and drive to do amazing things. But I think that A looks up to B quite a lot and aspires to be like B in many ways. And I think that B is inspired by A too. I do get a feeling as well with this has happened before. You have the power to end the story however you want. And the number 4, which can relate with cycles. I feel that A, it's like there's some cycle in their life that they keep repeating. It's like they can't seem to learn the lesson. And that could be in terms of relationships, like they keep experiencing the same pattern in their relationships. Maybe because this is a relationship reading, but it could be in some other aspect of their life where it's like, I can't seem to move on from this pattern, or I can't seem to learn this lesson. And maybe B is the person that will help them break this cycle. I think that right now, A is really working on building themselves up. I do think that there is some kind of big career or personal goal that A is really moving towards. With this desk and like the pen, they could be doing a lot of learning and studying right now, reading a lot of books. They could be going to school or just watching a lot of content that relates to the goals they want to achieve. They may share this information with person B a lot, like, oh, I just learned about this and this, or I saw this podcast, or we're doing this at school. But yeah, like getting help from someone intellectual, seeking out a mentor. I feel like A is really invested in their education right now. Education that will, well, I mean, I think all education does this, but education that will open more doors to them and specifically advance their career. And I think what A is really striving for right now is independence, feeling like they're in their personal power and that they're really in charge of their life. They're trying to build themselves up. They could be also working on building up confidence right now. They're really focused on themselves and building up themselves at this time. And it's interesting that this person, they are sitting down, which generally when someone is sitting down, it indicates to me like we're not taking action. So I feel like A is not actively making moves towards this connection right now. At least they could be maintaining this connection the way it is, but at least not really doing things to move it forward right now. So just maintaining where we're at. Sitting down usually gives me that kind of feeling. And then we also have they're facing away from the middle. So it's kind of like their focus is somewhere else. And maybe this has to do with the pattern that A keeps having in their life. I'm just getting this example. So I used to be on dating apps like back in the day, and the same thing would happen every time I matched with someone. We would, exchange a few messages, do a little bit of small talk, and then be like, oh, do you have Instagram or do you have Line, which is like WhatsApp, basically. Same idea. And then we'd be like, yeah, okay, like let's talk over there because I check that more often. And then we would switch to the other app and then like not really talk after that. And it was like the same thing over and over again. where it didn't go any further. And of course, I mean, that's on us, right? Like, that's our lack of focus or lack of effort that we're putting into the connection. So maybe person A has this cycle that keeps going for them, where it's like, I meet someone and then nothing happens, or people are like getting away from me. And it could be from their own doing, or it could just be something that keeps happening to them, because it's not always our fault, you know. Sometimes we're just not compatible. Sometimes people just get away, like, you know, it happens. But person A might be feeling kind of frustrated with relationships right now, because it's like, oh, I already know how it's going to end. Like, we're going to have a bit of small talk. We're going to, you know, exchange numbers, and then we're never going to talk again. I've seen it a million times. And even if this is not a romantic situation, it could be like a business environment. Oh yeah, like, I know how these networking things go. We're like, oh yeah, let's definitely partner up. Let's definitely collaborate. And then it just doesn't happen. It is interesting that you have the power to end the story however you want, and there is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So I feel like A has more power than they realize to flip the script and to make things different. And maybe at this time, A doesn't quite yet see their part in perpetuating this cycle. That is in no way a judgment towards person A, because we all have these kind of blind spots. But I just think that A has more power than they realize to change their luck with relationships, or the way relationships go for them, or to change the situation with person B. They may also, maybe this is just for some of you, but person A may also lose people because they don't really move things forward. You know, like if they're dating someone and they just kind of stay in that friendship or in that casual place, and the other person is waiting, like, so are we going to move things forward? Are we going to move things forward? And they're like, oh yeah, eventually, but they're just so focused on other things. It could be a lack of prioritizing the relationship that keeps this cycle repeating. I'm not really sure. It could be so many different things, but there's some unfavorable cycle, I think, that A wants to end, but just doesn't realize, like, you have more power to end this cycle than you realize. Yeah. So let's take a look at person B now. I think this is really sweet. Let's make magic happen. I want us to last. I think that B really does want a future with A. I think they see a lot of potential in the connection with A. I think they feel, you know, we can do amazing things together. We can have it all. I'm just looking at this. I don't know if this is what it's meant to be, but it kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover. Is it going to focus? Anyway, there's like a symbol on the bag that looks like a 4-leaf clover. And so I think B feels very, very lucky to have met A. And it's like, I think that B's kind of they're hoping to make it work. I just heard like they're hoping for a miracle. And that's very interesting too, because it's like, I feel like B is wishing for something to happen to move this connection forward, maybe wishing that the universe will step in and do something, whereas you have a power to make this magic happen. You have the power to make this miracle happen. You know, this is the common energy between the two people. So I think this is going on a little bit on both ends, where our free will can change the situation a lot more than we realize, and our actions, we can make this move forward. It's not just a matter of like wishing and waiting. And then there is a message about money here. It's funny. I feel like money and career messages are coming up for both sides. So maybe both of you guys are really focused on your career right now, or maybe you met at work, or like you have similar career paths, or maybe you're business partners even. But this could apply to person B, like they're repairing their relationship with money, but I feel because this is a relationship reading, I want to focus more on, is your heart open or are you holding back? I am looking at this image and I see that there is a winter scenery in the background. So I don't know if either of you guys are like really focused on the connection or really like putting action into the connection at this time. It doesn't look like that because, you know, we had A is sitting down and looking away, and then winter generally, you know, it's like a cooler period. It's a slower period. It feels more stagnant. So I don't really get the sense that this connection is moving forward right now. And I don't get the sense that we're trying to like jumpstart it right now. And who knows, maybe one or both of you tried before and then you got tired of trying. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like things are progressing at this time. With this question, is your heart open or are you holding back? I'm sort of getting the feeling that B did start with quite an open heart, but then when things didn't move forward, or maybe they felt kind of ignored or left out in the cold, no pun intended with the winter, but left out by person A, that may have caused them to sort of close off their heart a little bit. I don't get the sense that B has moved on from person A at all. I still do think that they're open to this connection because they're facing forward. So when someone's facing forward to me, it's like, I may not be actively pursuing you right now, but I'm also not walking away from you. I'm kind of staying in the middle. I'm staying open. So if something happens, that's awesome. If it doesn't happen, that's okay too. But my door is open, or my heart is open, or I'm making space for person A in my life if something does happen. And maybe this is a decision that B has made. Like, there was a time where I did actively, you know, take action and put effort into this, and that didn't seem to be working. So I've made this decision for myself that I'm not gonna like chase you anymore, but my door is open kind of thing. Like, you know where I am, my door is open kind of situation. And yeah, they're standing up. So it's like, there's still a part of person B that's like anticipating that person A could come forward and that something could happen. And if person A were to come forward, I feel like B would be responsive right away. But it's a feeling of, I'm not going to initiate, but I'll wait for you to contact me. You know, even if this is not a romantic situation, it's like, you know, I had my job interview, or like I stated my intentions of how I want to partner with you and what I want to do with you. Like, I've told you everything. I've laid all my cards out. So like, I know you're a busy person. I'm not going to keep pestering you about it, but you know where I stand and you know where to find me. Like, I want to make this work. That's the feeling I get from person B. And I feel like maybe the issue with person A right now is that they don't really feel urgency about it. You know, it's kind of on the back burner, and maybe they in some ways take for granted that B will be waiting around forever, when that's probably not the case. Yeah, but there is the potential to turn this around. There is the potential to get out of this stagnation. So let's move into the tarot now. I'm really excited for the deck that we're using today. It's a Korean deck, and this was actually kindly sent to me by the creator. It's super beautiful. Okay, so in this part of the reading, we're going to dive into your person's head, their heart, and their soul, and we're going to pull a couple cards for each of those. And I think I just decided this now, I think I'll also take the bottom of the deck energy, and that will represent what they would like you to know. So what is in group number one's person's head right now? What are their thoughts about group one? The Nine of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. And what is in their heart? What are their emotions towards group number one? We have the Seven of Wands. And Death. And what is in their soul? So how does their higher self feel right now? We have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Five of Swords. Interesting. And then at the bottom of the deck, oh, look, it's at the bottom of the deck, we have Strength, what they would like you to know. All right. I'm gonna drink some water. And let's get into it. Other energy that is present here, we do have Leo energy with Strength and Scorpio energy with the Death card. So I actually want to start with this bottom of the deck energy of what they would like you to know. I do think that you have a pretty good soul connection with this person. Your souls, I think, not only like each other very much, I think that they have known each other for a long time. My personal interpretation of the Strength card in readings like this is sort of like a soul family or even soul best friend kind of vibe. I know in this deck it does look pretty romantic, but it makes me think of like, oh, our souls are best friends, our souls go way back. So it would make sense that, you know, we're helping each other break cycles and we're helping each other learn lessons. I do think that there is a strong desire to be closer to you, whether that's literally in this way. If this is a romantic connection, I do feel that this person does often desire to, you know, kiss you, embrace you, much like this card. If this is not a romantic connection, then I do think overall, it's just that they want to be closer to you and they maybe want more intimacy with you, which just means that, you know, they want to know what's really in your heart of hearts. They want to see all of you and they want to show you all of them. They want to be closer, like physically and emotionally. This could also be a message from your person's higher self to be strong and to be patient at this time. And also that they appreciate the strength that you have given them. I think you're a really big source of strength and inspiration to this person, whether their 3D self tells you that or not. Their higher self wants you to know that. And that they really appreciate the compassion that you have shown towards them. So, do I want to go this way or this way? Let's just go in that order. That will be less confusing. So this has to do with their thoughts of you, how they see you. I think that they're seeing you as this person, as the Nine of Pentacles. So your person sees you as someone who really has their life together. And they see you as someone who is aspirational. I'm thinking of like that girl. I don't even know if that's a trend anymore. And you certainly don't have to be a girl. But when you think of that archetype, it's like that person who is living the aspirational life, who is healthy, who has their stuff together. And I think this is how you come across to that person. There's something about you that envy is not the right word, but they look at you and they're like, oh, that's nice. I wish I had that too. It could be your career. It could be your friends, your social life. There's something about you that is aspirational. It could even be certain elements of your personality that they wish they had, and kind of they wish they had it all together like you. I also think that they feel a great sense of appreciation towards you. And being around your energy, whether it's in person or remotely, it just always makes them feel better. Almost this feeling of like, there really is good in the world. There really is amazingness in the world. They could see you as well as someone who is very independent. They may see you as someone who is not really looking for commitment, or who just doesn't need, like, this is so generalized, but like the Nine of Pentacles is kind of that feeling of like, I'm an independent woman, I don't need a man. It's like that kind of vibe. So regardless of gender, I think they kind of see you as that person. Like, I'm fully capable of making amazing things happening and taking care of myself on my own. I don't need anyone else. So they see you as someone who doesn't need them or need anyone else, or you're not necessarily actively looking for that kind of partnership. I think they see you as very beautiful, put together. I'm also hearing like elegant or graceful. They kind of see you in this light. And with the Page of Cups here, I also think that they see you as quite cute. You could be younger than this person, so they could see you as a little bit naive, but I think for a lot of you, it's that they find you cute. Especially if this is like a romantic connection or a friendship, there's something kind of adorable about you. You could be younger, or you could be like shorter than them or something, but they have this feeling that they want to protect you. I think if they make you laugh, or if they've ever succeeded in making you laugh, that was like a really big win for them. Or if they were able to put a smile on your face, something about that to them is very, very rewarding. And I think that there's a strong desire within this person to impress you. I'm just looking at this Page of Cups, how he's showing us the fish, and this kind of reminds me of like white guys on dating apps. But it's like, look at this fish I caught, look at how big it is, you know, like wanting to impress you. So if your person is able to like make you laugh, make you smile, impress you, or if you say something like, that's so interesting, that's a really good idea, I didn't think of that before, like that boosts their confidence a lot. That's a really, really big win for them. There's that desire to impress you. And I also think that there's a desire to make some kind of offer to you. I don't exactly know what that is. With the Page of Cups, it's usually, well, I mean, that fish is pretty big, but it's usually like a smaller offer. So it's not like, I want to offer you my hand in marriage, or I want to offer you to be the co-owner of my company. But it's like, it's something that starts small, you know? I want to invite you out somewhere. I want to invite you to hang out. I want to go on a date with you. I want to tell you how I feel. It's like a little thing like that I think your person is thinking of offering you right now. And I think where their head is at right now, they're in a place where they're realizing that they do want to be more communicative with you, and they want to be more expressive of their emotions. In fact, they might regret, in the past, they might regret not having shared a lot. So, for example, I'm seeing like two people who went on a date, and, you know, you're like actively trying to get stuff out of them and like share how they feel and share where they stand on stuff. And maybe they just weren't giving a lot, or they were giving very surface level answers and just like staying kind of small talky. And then after the fact, they're like, that was dumb. Like, I should have just opened up and said what I really felt. Like, I should have gone more in depth with my answer, and, you know, showed them a little bit more of who I really am. So there's a regret there, or just a desire moving forward. Like, I want to show a little bit more of me. I want to express my feelings more. Like, when they said they were going away for a month and I was sad, I should have let them know I was sad. you know, rather than just being like, okay, take care. It's like, I should have showed how I felt more. I want to do that more. I want to be more expressive. I want to be more emotional around group one. And this is actually something in their head right now, you know, this is their logical mind telling them that. So I think they're realizing the importance of that right now. So then moving on, we have their emotions towards you, which is the Seven of Wands and Death. This Death card is really standing out to me. I think that if you guys are in a separation with this person, I think they're really, really sad about it. Like, we can literally see this person crying in the rain. It's very dramatic. If you're not talking to this person, I think they miss you a lot, and they are very sad about that. There may even be some times where they do shed tears when they think about you or when certain things remind them of you. Or this could also be that they are very afraid of losing you. They're very afraid of losing you. With the Seven of Wands here, they are perceiving some sort of difficulty with this connection. They may feel that the odds are against them, or that the circumstances are against them at this time. This could also be like a it's us against the world kind of feeling that they have. But the Seven of Wands kind of talks about an uphill battle, or, you know, difficulties, obstacles that come our way, and we have to like stand up and fight for them. Also, on the topic of regrets, because I the more I get into this energy, the more I feel like your person kind of has some sort of regret with this connection. I have seen the keyword of pick your battles on a Seven of Wands card before. That's coming to my mind right now. Pick your battles. Pick your battles wisely. There could have been a situation where your person should have picked a battle and they didn't pick it, or they shouldn't have picked a battle and they did pick it. And I'll give some examples of that in a second. But they kind of regret that. So, for example, when in the case that they should have picked a battle, that could be like they should have fought for you. They should have pursued you harder. And then maybe they didn't, and then someone else asked you out, or someone else offered to work with you or something. So they regret that, like, I should have fought harder. Or in the case that they shouldn't have picked the battle, but they did, that could be them picking a fight with you about something, or like getting mad at you about something that really wasn't a big deal, but then they ended up hurting your feelings a lot. And they're like, I should have just like shut up about that. Like, that wasn't even a big deal. And now I really hurt group one. Like, what was even the point of me making that comment? So they just went the wrong way with a battle. They didn't fight the battles that they should have, or they did fight the battles that they shouldn't have. And now they're like, they feel like they messed up in some way. And this makes a lot of sense, just judging from how happy it makes this person when they're able to make you happy, when they see you laughing, when they're able to uplift you in some way. That makes them super happy. So of course, the opposite, if they let you down, if they hurt your feelings, that will just kill them. So I think they're kind of in a hurting place emotionally towards you, because it's like they care about you so much, but they feel that they have messed up in some way, or they feel that they have hurt you. And maybe they're not sure where you stand right now. Because, you know, sometimes, like, if someone really pissed you off, like, I don't know if you guys are really pissed off about it or not. This is just their speculation. But, you know, like, sometimes when you're really upset with someone, you don't even want to hear from them. So they're like, maybe they want to come forward, but they don't know how you would take that. Because with death is usually like, oh, it's over. So they might have that fear. They have that fear. They're afraid of losing you. But I mean, oh, maybe this is them, but I just wanted to point back at this and this. You have the power to end the story however you want. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Like, this could be your person's chance to end a cycle. You know, like something goes wrong and they're like, oh, that person probably hates me now. It's over now. But, you know, maybe we should give it a try. Maybe we should make something happen here. I don't know. But yeah, there's like a feeling of sadness or regret here. Like, I missed my chance, or I said something I shouldn't have said, or I didn't say something I should have said. That kind of feeling. Now, if we look at their higher self knows some stuff that their 3D self doesn't know. With the Wheel of Fortune here, I actually do think that the divine will create a chance for the two of you to come back around together and solve any previous conflicts. And their higher self knows this already and feels this. And with those repeating number 4s that we had here, like divine orchestration is going to help here. But yeah, I don't really get the sense that their higher self is too worried about this. So maybe their 3D self is like really playing this up in their head when it's not as much of a disaster as they think. So just for one example, let's say the two of you got into an argument and they said something hurtful, and then, you know, you were very upset. And so they're thinking like, oh my God, I've ruined everything. Like, group 1 isn't going to like me anymore. I might as well just like disappear. And it's like, or you can just apologize. Like, and I'm not saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal, because obviously like it is a big deal when someone hurts your feelings, but there are ways to overcome it. There are ways to fix it. It doesn't have to be the end of the world and the end of everything. So like, there could be a little bit of like they're being just a tad dramatic, like with this person, they're like throwing themselves on the ground and crying in the rain. So I think that maybe the situation can be more easily fixed than they realize. And I think their higher self knows this as well. And that's probably why this message is coming up, like gratitude for your compassion, gratitude for your patience. Their higher self definitely desires to make things work for you. Their higher self is definitely feeling this way. Whoop. Like, let's make magic happen. I want us to last. And with this 5 of Swords here, you know, this is about disagreements, disalignment, not being on the same page. So I think that the way, at least right now, the way that your person's 3D self sees things and the way their higher self sees things is very, very different. I think in the 3D, your person could kind of have a pessimistic view on things, but their higher self has a very optimistic view on things, because they know that the love is still there on both sides, or the desire to get closer, the desire to be together, to do something together is both, on both sides, is very much alive and well. And they know that the universe has the back of this connection, and they know that everything is going to be okay. So I'm kind of reading this as their higher self and their 3D self thinking very different things about the situation right now. And that might be confusing for you guys. Like, if you feel like you get conflicting messages from this person, or conflicting messages when you watch readings about them, it could be because their 3D self and higher self energies are so very different. But I do want to confirm that the energy of their higher self is very like optimistic, very much things will work out in our favor. You know, don't listen to the negative voices. It's easier said than done, but there's a feeling that everything's going to be okay. And even with a Ferris wheel, you know, you see a Ferris wheel at an amusement park. That's a light-hearted, playful environment. So I do think things are going to look up in this connection to be more optimistic and more light-hearted. if we're able to like forgive and get over what has happened here. And I mean, I can't speak for you, but I do think we're able to move past this. Because it's like your souls have such a long history, right? Your souls are best friends, and you don't drop your best friend over things like this, over whatever has happened. At least from what I can see. Unless there was some major kind of abuse going on, but you'll know that better than me. But just from what I can see, I think that for most of you, like, it's not something that you lose your soul best friend over. Yeah. So this is what I see for the reading here on YouTube. So next we're going to take it over to the extended. We're going to see, what does your person want to happen right now between the two of you? Are they going to take an action towards you, or should you be the one to take action? And what should that action be? And then we're also going to look at what will be happening in this connection over the next 6 months. So if that's something that interests you guys and you'd like to join me over in the extended, that's going to be linked down below for you in the description and in the pinned comment of this video. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. And thank you very much once again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. I'm going to have a link down below for them as well, and a link to all of the pieces. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can check out my pick a card readings on Instagram, many of which are timeless. You can check out my timeless pick a card videos on Patreon, which are just like these, except you get to choose the topic for them. You can check out my music channel, which includes the song that was at the intro of this video. That is an original song. You can check out my vlogs at Kino Vlogs, my YouTube channel, Kino Vlogs, and you can check out my merch at kinotarot.com, which features the floating temple at the start of this video, and we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all of that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description, as well as in the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means a lot to me. Group number ones, I'm sending so much love to you, to your person, your spirit guides, your whole spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the fire pendant, this is going to be a reading all about how the person on your mind is currently feeling about you and about this connection. So I wanted to start by showing you guys the list of everything that is going to be covered in today's reading. We will have this reading here on YouTube as well as an extended reading today. And over here on YouTube, we're going to start by seeing the current energies of this connection. So we'll look at your energy, their energy, and the energy in between the two of you. And then we're going to dive right into how this person is feeling about you. So we're going to look at their head, what they're currently thinking, their heart, which is their current emotions, and then their soul, which is like how their higher self is feeling about this connection. We're also going to see what they would like to tell you right now. I didn't write that here because it just kind of happened for group one, and so I want to keep that for the rest of the groups as well. And then in the extended reading, we're going to see, what does your person want to happen between the two of you in the end? Like, what is their ultimate goal with you and this connection? And then we're going to see, will your person take action towards you, or should you be the one to take action? And if so, what actions should be taken? And then finally, we're going to see how this connection will play out in the next 6 months. So that's everything we're going to be looking at today. So let's get right into it with your energy check. This card is going to go in the middle, and this represents the energy between the two of you. And then we're going to have person A's cards here and person B's cards here. I'll be calling you guys A and B. So as you listen to the energies that are being described here, it will be up to you to decide which one of you is A and which one of you is B. If you resonate with both sides, it could very well be that you and your person are mirroring each other. However, if you don't really resonate with either side, then you may want to try listening to a different group, or maybe this is just not your reading today. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the card in the middle for you guys is time. You are trying too hard, give it time. On A's side, we have the messenger of action. Something new and exciting related to creativity or your career comes to your attention. You feel an eagerness to learn and you're ready to get going, although you may feel insecure. Do it anyway. This card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life and who wants to try everything. And then we have I want to believe. And I didn't mean to disappoint you. Now on B's side, we have the 9 of emotion. Oh, I should mention this messenger of action is the Page of Wands, and this 9 of emotion is the 9 of Cups. This is a magical time in your life when wishes are granted and dreams come true. It may seem that good luck is following you, but actually these happy times are your just reward for being a loving and wonderful person. Your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. And then we have once bitten, twice shy. And the timing just wasn't right. It's interesting that we have this card about time saying to give it time, and then we have the timing just wasn't right. So I did want to mention zodiac signs that are present here. You and your person definitely don't need to have these placements, but it could be a little bit of confirmation for some of you. So with this being the Page of Wands, this is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then over here, this is Pisces energy, more specifically Jupiter in Pisces. And because we have Jupiter here, I might say that out of the fire signs, there is an emphasis on Sagittarius energy. I would say that it looks like both of you guys in this situation, you really light each other up. I think there's a bubbly sort of energy that you give to the other person where you feel excited, you may feel giddy when you are around each other, and you just really want to learn all about the other person. You want to learn what makes them tick, what lights them up, what they're passionate about, and you want to be involved in each other's journey. I feel like there's a strong friendship here, or there's the potential for a very strong friendship. And there's a feeling of like, I want nothing but the best for you. I just want to support you on your journey. I want to watch you achieve amazing things. It's a very sweet and just warm and bubbly energy that is coming through. I hope that that's an adequate way to explain it. I'm sure if this is your group, you guys will know the feeling that I'm talking about. It's like your heart is expanding like a balloon and twinkling like sparklers. Like you just can't help but get happy. I'm sure if this person like texts you and it, you know, your screen lights up and you see their name, you're just like, ee! It's like that kind of feeling. So if you don't feel that way about this person, I'm not sure if this is your group, but if you do feel that way, then keep watching because we're going to get into the energies here. It's interesting. Both of these people, they are facing forward, but it kind of seems like their heads are leaning towards the middle. So I think that there's a feeling that neither of you are actively pursuing the connection right now, but you're both thinking about each other a lot. And you both desire to get closer to each other at this time. I definitely feel that. And there's a pretty specific message when it comes to the circumstances of this connection, like what has gone down. I honestly feel like there's nothing but fondness and positive energy between these two people, but there was a little bump in the road, so to speak, at one point, and I think it's because this person A may have come on too strong to person B when they weren't ready. And then it maybe made things kind of awkward. So, for example, let's say this is someone that you were dating, you know, like a romantic situation. And then person A was like really, what is it called? Really enthusiastic, maybe to the point that it felt like pushy or rushing or coming on too strong. Like maybe they really wanted to, you know, rush into, for example, the physical aspect of the relationship, or rush into the commitment, or like living together. It's like they kind of, and it's not that they wanted to pressure or rush the other person. I genuinely think that person A was just so excited about how good person B made them feel, so excited about the connection, felt that they were really compatible, and just kind of got carried away is the way I see it. Or maybe these two people just have different perceptions of the pace that a relationship should go, because everybody's different, you know. Some people might want to commit after X amount of time. Other people might say, are you crazy? That's so fast. Or are you crazy? That's so slow. So everybody's perception of like time and the pacing of things is different. And I think that for whatever reason, person A just kind of came on a bit too strong for person B. But there's no personal hard feelings here. That's really important to note. You know, so person B doesn't judge them for coming on strongly or for wanting to do things quickly. It's just that they personally weren't ready. So like, let's say, and this is just an example, you know, this energy can be applied in many different ways, but just to kind of illustrate the energy. Let's say these two people went on a first date and person A is just so attracted to person B, and they make a move on them, like to engage in physical stuff. And person B is just not really the type of person to do that right away, you know? And so they rejected person A. And in no way is it like they're judging person A or they're upset at person A at all, because they really like person A. They're just like, oh, that's not really my thing. Like, I'm not that type of person. I just take things slower, you know? So we're just different, right? I'm not judging you. We're just different. But I do think that person A took it a bit personally. Honestly, looking at this message, I didn't mean to disappoint you. I kind of feel like that applies to both sides, because I think person A is saying, I'm sorry I came on too strong, or I'm sorry if things were moving too quickly. I didn't mean to, you know, upset you in that way. And then person B is also feeling bad, like, I hope you know it's nothing personal. I hope you know I still really like you and I still do want to move things forward. The timing just wasn't right. I just didn't really feel ready, you know? So I think both parties are worried that maybe they didn't meet the other's expectations, or they let the other person down. Something that maybe could make the situation even more tricky is if person B realized it was moving too fast for them after the fact. You know, so we just had that previous example of person A initiating a physical relationship and person B being like, oh no, it's too soon for me. But for some of you guys, maybe this happened like after the thing happened, then person B looked back and said, oh crap, I wasn't ready for that. So, you know, maybe these two people rushed into a relationship, like into a commitment. And then person B was like, oh wait, actually, I feel like this is happening too fast. Can we like reverse our decision? Can we backpedal here? I feel like that maybe could have made things uncomfortable or awkward for both people. And I also think that this once bitten, twice shy energy can apply to both of you as well. After this little disagreement, if you can call it, just like we didn't really match, we weren't really on the same page, there's a feeling now of both parties feeling shy from that interaction, or feeling a bit awkward from that interaction. And it's like, how do we get back to that? What was that? I just heard a weird noise. How do we get back to that like playful and lighthearted energy that we had before? Because I still feel that way about you. I still feel very giddy. I would still feel so happy to see your name flashing across my screen. I still want to know what you're up to. I still want to know about all the cool things that you're doing. Like, those feelings have not changed. It's just things feel a little bit awkward right now. It's like, you know, you've seen movies before where one person will lean in for a kiss and then the other person is like, oh no, what? So, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, did I give you the wrong impression? And then the other person is like, no, I'm so sorry. Like, it feels like that kind of thing. But there's nothing but positive feelings here, and that's the most important thing. And I think that with I Want to Believe, I'm just kind of reading like these for both of you because that just feels right. So I feel like your emotions are probably mirroring each other a lot in this situation, because this is also about like wishes, you know, what you're wishing for. And then we have I Want to Believe. I think that both of you guys are really hoping for a positive ending in this story. Like, you still have nothing but happy feelings for each other, and just want to move past this bump in the road and keep moving forward in the connection. But with this card that we have in the middle, I guess we need time. Maybe it's not exactly time for things to come together just yet, and we are focusing on other areas of our life right now. We do have over here on person A's side that, you know, exciting things are happening in their creative projects, in their career. This card is indicating new beginnings. And then here, like for person B as well, this is a magical time in your life. It seems like a lot of good things are happening in person B's life right now. So life seems to be very exciting and promising for both of you at this time. So I definitely think that you both have enough things going on in your life to like take your mind off of this situation, so to speak, to stay occupied. But I do get the feeling that you kind of always remain at the back of each other's mind, you know? And you would rather be going through these exciting things together. You'd rather be discussing all the cool things you're doing together. And I think that I can kind of see both of you just being busy, like going through your life. And then kind of at the back of your mind, it's like, wow, it's been, you know, this many weeks since we talked, or, you know, it's been this amount of time. Come to think of it, I haven't heard from group 2 in a long time. And like, I hope it didn't mess things up. It's like kind of giving me that sort of feeling. There's like, I guess awkward is the best way to put it. I don't know. We'll get into the tarot now and see deeper into how your person is feeling. This is a really pretty deck that I just got. It's this Korean tarot deck, and the creator was kind enough to send it to me. So, and it's the focus of this deck is like love and dating and relationships and things like that. So I thought it'd be good to use in this kind of reading. Okay, so we're gonna start with your person's head. What are their thoughts towards you? How are they viewing you right now? We have the 4 of Cups. And we have the 2 of Cups. Wow, okay. So how does this person feel about you? What is in their heart? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Okay. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. And what about this person's soul? Where is their higher self at when it comes to this connection? Page of Swords, which flew out very quickly. And oh my gosh, and the King of Cups. This is really sweet. I mean, I'm not surprised because I was like hit with the sweet energy from this group right off the bat. So at the bottom of the deck for what they wish to tell you, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so going through these in order, we're gonna start over here with your person's head. I'm quite happy to see 2 Cups cards here because Cups generally deal with emotions. And so the fact that we are seeing emotions on this person's mind, it means that they are aware of their emotions and considering their emotions, you know, as opposed to someone who is not aware of their true feelings. I think this person is very aware of the depth of their feelings for you. We have the Two of Cups here, which I'm sure many of you guys know is this beautiful card of reciprocated feelings, of having love for one another or caring very deeply for one another. It can also indicate soulmate connections. So this person maybe thinks that you are their soulmate or just thinks that you are an amazing match for them and definitely wants to be like a partnership with you. And this card is about reciprocation. So they feel the same way about you as you do about them. All the sweet things you feel for them, they feel the same way about you. I wanted to mention as well that both of these cards are Cancer cards related to the sign of Cancer. So I think that this person feels very at home with you and very comfortable with you. And they could also have this feeling of wanting to protect you. You know, they want to take care of you. They want to nurture you. They want to make sure you're okay. I think that you bring out those kind of like nurturing instincts in this person. I also think this person has experienced some strange coincidences surrounding this connection. I don't know if this is a spiritual person or not. I don't really think it matters. But I just think they've had some weird, what they might refer to as weird experiences with you, like bumping into you in random places or having a dream about you and then you message them that day. Kind of those weird experiences where they're like, why is this happening? Or they might be thinking something about you and then they hear that exact emotion being expressed in like the song that's playing. You guys know, those kinds of little synchronicities that pop in and out of their life. But the word weird keeps coming to my mind. And so it really makes me think that this is not something your person has experienced before. Because, you know, for us spiritual folk, when things like that happen, we're like, ah, yes, their higher self. Ah, yes, my spirit guides, you know, this is important. Like the divine is trying to tell me something. But I think for them, they're like, what the heck? Like, why did that happen? That's weird. That's a weird coincidence. So it's nothing too intense, but I think it happens often enough that they're like, question mark? Like there's a little question mark over their head. Like, why does this keep happening? If you were wondering, like, does my person feel this connection? Does my person pick up on the energies of this connection? The answer is very much yes. But we do have this Four of Cups card here, which this very much looks like I didn't mean to disappoint you. You know, like we see this person looks pretty disappointed and they're coming around the corner like, oh man. The Four of Cups, the word that came to my mind when I saw this card was ignoring. So they might feel like you are ignoring them, or they might be ignoring you right now on purpose. And I wanted to make that clarification because this person is very aware of their feelings for you, you know? So they're not like ignoring you by accident or like because they don't actually understand how they feel, or they don't know about this connection. It's like they feel very strongly for you and they're ignoring it right now. And I have a feeling that that probably comes from some feelings of awkwardness, whether, I don't know if they're person A or person B, whether they're the one who maybe came on too strong or whether they're the one who felt like things were moving too fast. They just feel kind of like awkward from what happened, or like they don't know how to reach out to you after that. And so if this person is not contacting you, it is on purpose. It's not like, oh, I just got busy. It's more, and Cancer, this Cancer energy too, like Cancerian energy is very sensitive. So I feel like they're probably, whatever happened between the two of you, they're probably overthinking about it. And so they don't know what to say to you or like how to reach out to you when, you know, they really don't have to. Well, I don't like to be that person who's like, you're thinking about it too much, but that's kind of the feeling. They're overthinking a little bit and just kind of in their feelings right now. They're in their feelings and like retracting into their shell. I don't know if this person has Cancer placements, but like a little hermit crab going back into their shell because they just don't know how to express that they're feeling weird. This, you know, we gave examples of like, you know, physical relationship, commitment. Maybe someone feels like they said too much too soon, like they expressed their feelings, they expressed the depth of their feelings too soon, or they touched on, maybe someone tried to like open the door to a certain conversation topic that was like too personal or too emotional, or it was just a sensitive topic, and now they're like, oh crap, like I hope I didn't make the other person uncomfortable. It's like how do we get past that little blunder kind of thing? But yeah, it seems like right now they're very aware of how they feel about you. They know that in some way they're getting signs about you. They're seeing synchronicities about the connection, but they're like ignoring it right now. So as for their emotions towards you, this is really sweet as well. They feel, and this is on person A's side, but again, I feel like you probably both feel all of these things. I think that your person really wants to believe that you have a long-term future together. Like they want you to be in their long-term future. We see with the 10 of Pentacles, we have like the grandparents, the parents, the kids, they're celebrating something. This person maybe had thoughts of, you know, being married to you, having a family with you, or building something from the ground with you, building a home, building an empire, building a business, whatever it might be. That kind of long-term collaboration and long-term commitment. I don't know if you've met this person's family, but if you have, I think their family and friends and stuff really did like you, and that meant a lot to them. Or if you haven't met them, I think that this person really wanted you to meet their family, or, you know, wanted you to meet their friends or the people in their life, because they just really wanted to make you, or I should say really want to make you a big part of their life. You know, I think it's something that they daydreamed about or even had sleeping dreams about. And, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's like, I want to go the whole distance with you. I want to go the whole length with you. I think that they really see a long-term future with you. And they also find you to be a very grounding person in their life. And they really appreciate your loyalty and your kindness. I think that something they noticed about you and something they really love about you is how kindly and how highly you speak of people in your life. So, you know, if you're talking to them about your friends, your family, your teachers, the people you work with, it's like you speak about them with such kindness and compassion towards them. And they can see that you're a very loyal person. Even if they haven't seen you interact with other people, they can just tell from the way that you talk about your life and about the people in your life that you are very, very loyal. But if they have seen you interact with other people, it just melts their heart how kind you are to everyone and how genuine you are. Like, if you are acting all like friendly and kind with someone, you're also going to talk nicely about them when they're not there. So they appreciate that you're like consistent and genuine. Like, there's nothing two-faced about you. If you are being nice to someone in person, you're going to say nice things to them when they're not there. And if you have an issue with someone, then you're going to have an issue with someone whether they're there or not. Like, kind of like a what you see is what you get. So you're genuine, you're loyal. They feel comfortable with you. They feel that you're very down to earth. They feel like they don't have to, like, when they're with you, they just feel so comfortable. Like, they don't have to try hard. Like, everything flows naturally. And I think this overthinking more so comes when you're not together. And I sort of had that feeling from the start that if you could just like meet in person, all of these weird feelings will go away. Because I think that a lot of the weird feelings just come from being in your head. Because the energy is so nice when you're together in person. I feel like any weird feelings would just melt away. I'm saying the word weird a lot. Sorry about that. But I think this person could also really like the way you dress, because these people are dressed really cool. And they really want to be more involved in your life and want you to be more involved with theirs, especially if you guys like let's say you met at school. They're like, I want you to see me outside of the context of school. Or I want you to meet my friends outside of our classmates. Like, I want to introduce you to more aspects of my life. Or like, if you met at work, I want you to see who I am when I'm not on the job. Like, I want you to see more of the real me. There's a feeling of, they feel like you haven't seen all of me yet. And they want to be more like closely intertwined with the workings of your life and meet all the people in your life and just build a life with you, basically. And, you know, for pentacles to appear in their feelings, that means that these feelings are not going to change, because pentacles are very solid. They're rock solid and they're stable. You know, they're not like this fluid, wispy thing. So they've probably felt this way about you for a long time. Or if you met this person recently, they've always felt this way about you since they first met you, and that's not really going to change anytime soon. So now we have how their higher self is seeing the connection, and their higher self also sees a long-term future with you. I feel like this is like their higher self looking down on their 3D self, maybe. Because King is someone who's very evolved, sees things from the higher perspective, and the Page is like young, less experienced, you know, like a human. And I'm hearing like, just talk to them, dummy. That's what their higher self would say to them. And probably, you know, these signs and synchronicities that your person is seeing, that's probably their higher self being like, hey, can you just talk to group 2? Like, can you just reach out to them? Because the Page of Swords, it is about communication, but more specifically, it's about like blunt and straightforward communication and being truthful even when it's uncomfortable. So like, they're just avoiding an awkward situation is what it looks like. That's why they're ignoring you. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example. You know, it's like, there's an example like right at the tip of my head, right at the tip of my tongue. But like, I can't think about it right now. It's like, okay, let's say you're texting your boss and then you accidentally sent them a kissy emoji because like you tapped the emoji next to the kissy face, which was like, I don't know, this one, like, okay, see you Monday. But then you accidentally wrote, okay, see you Monday, kissy face. And then you're like, I have to quit my job. You're like, I can never go into work again. It's like, It's kind of like that feeling. It's like that kind of avoidant feeling that I think your person has right now. And their higher self is like, oh my gosh, just talk to them. Geez, like, it's fine. What are you doing? Just talk to them. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. So I think that, you know, these sweet feelings that you feel for each other, they very much are mirrored in how your higher selves feel for each other. I think that your higher selves have a lot of affection for each other. I'm hearing like joined at the hip. Like, I think your souls just really like to be together. I also think that nurturing and protective feeling you have over each other comes from your souls. Probably, I feel like some of you guys have been together before, like in other lives, and you would probably be very like closely, like for example, you would be best friends or you would be family. And I know that can sound kind of weird, but souls do that, you know, like they switch up the roles from different lifetimes. So you could be lovers in one life and like, I don't know, like parent and child in another life. It just happens. So anyway, all of that to say, I think you guys have had like kind of close roles in each other's lives. And that's probably why both of you guys instinctively feel that desire of like, I want to be more involved in what you're doing. I want to like meet the people in your life. I want to, you know, see what you do and go the places that you go. There's that feeling of like really wanting to be involved on a deeper level. Yeah, so I think their higher self will continue to push them. Like, just reach out, just communicate. Like, you know, stop this foolishness. And, you know, like we said, the signs right now seem to still be pretty subtle for them, but they're like, I have no problem turning it up a notch. So I think their higher self will continue to, you know, nudge them like, come on, let's get over this. Let's get up off of this tree because there's something really beautiful here. Like, are you really gonna let your shyness or your awkwardness like get in the way of this? I freaking hope not. So yeah, I think their higher self is seeing things from a greater perspective. Like, remember what you want ultimately with this person. Like, you're not gonna get that by just sitting here. So their higher self is coming at it from a more mature place, it seems. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So something they would like to tell you is they really do want like a beginning with you, a start with you, or they want to start over with you. And they really do want to give you a solid offer. You know, this is about offers, but again, Pentacles, they're very stable, they're very tangible. They want to offer you something real and something that you can rely on for a long time. I think this is probably the type of person who, like, and I think both of you guys are very loyal, you know? Like, when you commit to someone, you're going to be around for a minute. You're going to be around for a long time. They also, you could be a big inspiration for this person to basically to get rich and to get successful, because they think like, in some way they think like, if I become successful like this, then I can provide for group 2, or I can show them that I'm reliable. You know, if I have material success, I can show them that I'm reliable. I can show them that I'm dedicated. I can show them that I'm hardworking and I can take care of them. That might be something that's kind of important to this person. But they want to like, they want to give you an offer that you can't refuse. They want to give you like a significant offer. Not just like a mature offer is how it's coming through. But yeah, I definitely think that there is long-term potential in this connection, and you should really like try to hold on to that bubbly, giddy feeling you have with each other, because that's something that is really special. So I think that those are all the messages for you guys. So we are going to take it over to the extended now. In the extended reading, we're going to see what does your person want to happen between the two of you. I think we've kind of seen what they want to happen in the end. So maybe in the extended, we'll look at what do they want to happen next, you know, like, or right now. What is their desire? What do they want to do with you right now? What do they want to happen, or what are their intentions? And then we're also going to see, will this person take action towards you in the near future, or should you be the one to take action towards them? And if so, what actions should be taken? And then finally, we're going to see what will happen in this connection in the next 6 months. So if that sounds good to you and you would like to join me over in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you are going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. And I also want to say a big thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video and for providing the jewelry pieces. I'm going to have these pieces and the website linked down below for you guys. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can find my pick a card readings on Instagram, many of which are timeless. You can also find timeless pick a card videos on Patreon, which are pretty much the same as these, except you guys get to choose the topic for those readings. You can check out my music channel, which includes the song that was at the very start of this video. That is an original song. You can check out my vlog channel, which is Kino Vlogs, and you can check out my merch at kinotarot.com, which features the temple that was at the start of this video, and we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all of that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description as well as in the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means a lot to me. Group number ones, I'm sending so much love to you, to your person, your spirit guides, your higher selves, and your whole spiritual team and your whole loved ones, all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. So if you guys chose the Celeste Earrings, this is going to be a reading all about how the person on your mind is currently feeling about you and about the connection. So I wanted to start off by showing you guys a list of everything that's going to be covered in the reading today. So we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended reading. Here on YouTube, we're going to be taking a look at the current energies between you and your person. So we'll look at your energy, their energy, and then the overall energy of this connection. And then we will dive into how your person is feeling right now. And we're going to take a look at their head, so their thoughts of you, their heart, meaning their emotions towards you, and then finally their soul, which is basically where their higher self is at right now and how their higher self feels about the connection. And then in the extended reading, we're going to see, what does your person want to happen between you? What are their desires, or what are their intentions? Is your person going to take action, or should you be the one to take action? And if so, what actions should be taken? And then we're also going to see what will happen in this connection in the next 6 months. I also forgot to mention, because I didn't plan to include this, but it's just been coming up in the readings. Here in this reading on YouTube, we're also going to see what your person would like you to know right now, get a message from them. So yes, that is everything that we're going to be looking at. So let's start off with your energy check. This card here, it's going to go in the middle and represent the energy that exists between you and your person right now. And then we're going to have cards on this side for person A and cards on this side for person B. I'll be calling you guys A and B. And as you listen to the energies being described, it will be up to you to discern which one of you is A and which one of you is B. If you feel like you resonate with both of the energies, that is very normal, and it's often an indication that you and your person are mirroring each other. However, if you don't really resonate with either side, then you may want to try listening to a different group, or maybe this is just not your reading today. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the card that exists to represent the energy that exists between the two of you is a message for you. I'm thinking of you. Oh my gosh. As I'm holding up this card, the time on the camera went to 2:22. A message for you. I'm thinking of you in this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. On A's side, we have letting go. So this is the death card. Releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow the situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. And then we have don't trust everything you hear. And no. And then on the other side, on B's side, we have the 10 of action. So this is the 10 of wands. You're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. Be willing to ask for help from others in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. And then we have I love you more. And yes, interesting. Like no and a yes. So I want to mention the zodiac signs that are present here. You and your person certainly don't need to be these signs, but it could be a confirmation for some of you. We have Scorpio energy here and Sagittarius energy here. So you or your person could have Scorpio or Sag placements, or this time of the year could be significant, Scorpio and Sag season. So that would be late October to late December. I'm not gonna lie, group number 3s, the energy of this group is a little bit confusing because we have this beautiful message in the middle, and this lets me know that your higher selves are very much together, that you think about each other often, that you have a lot of love for each other. I would guess that this group has a pretty beautiful 5D connection. What we see over here is someone who is trying really hard to make this connection work in the 3D, and someone else who is walking away from it. Person B over on this side, they are saying yes to the connection. They're putting in a lot of effort to make this connection work, but very often what we see with the 10 of wands is a very hard effort that is one-sided or that is unsupported. So for some of you, this could be a one-sided situation where like person B is really trying to make things work and person A is just walking away. We even have I love you more here. So this could be a situation where person B feels like I love you more than you love me. And then over here with person A, we have that they're letting go, they're releasing the connection. But we also know that it's not for a lack of love. Person A may be going through trust issues with this don't trust everything you hear and this no. It's like they're doubting the connection, they're resisting the connection, or they don't trust the connection, or it's just hard for them to trust others in general. They could struggle with trust or intimacy as well. We have this Scorpio energy here, which very often does talk about intimacy, vulnerability, the deepest, darkest parts of you. This person could be afraid when it comes to trusting someone fully, opening themselves up to someone fully, and so they run away from the connection. They could feel quite vulnerable in this connection or quite exposed in this connection, or perhaps triggered in some way. But it does look like they're, I don't even want to say walking away from it. Like I want to say running from it. And I do feel a bit sad when I look at these two cards because I'm seeing this as an angel who is trying to deliver this message to person A, this message of I love you, and they're not trusting it. So when person B tells person A that they love them, they might not fully trust it, or they may not fully trust that their heart is not going to be broken. Another way I can interpret this, so you may resonate with one interpretation or the other, or both of these. Person A could be walking away because person B was too focused on their work or too consumed with their work. And they would always say like, I'm too busy, I don't have time for that. Or like, sorry, I didn't get back to you for a month, I was really busy. And it was like, sure, if that happens a couple times, we can move past it. But if that's like what you're consistently giving me, at some point it becomes like, am I really a priority? So in another completely different interpretation of these cards, we could have person A walking away because person B always had these excuses of being too busy, or they were just so focused on work. And I mean, you can be focused on work and make space for people at the same time, right? So person A may have just felt honestly frustrated, sad, lonely, and chose to walk away. And so, you know, even when person B tells them, I love you, I'm saying yes to this connection, I want this connection, it's like, well, your actions don't really back that up, so I'm moving on. Like, just because you say you love me, like I love you more than what I'm showing, or like just because you say that, I can't trust it. Like I need to see that in actions. So those are two very different interpretations. Perhaps in some way they could both resonate, or maybe it's one or the other. But in the first interpretation, I see someone who's running away for a fear of vulnerability, a fear of trust, a fear of intimacy. And actually, I could see how both of these are true if like someone is afraid of vulnerability and intimacy, and so they're escaping through their work. They're using work as an excuse for not opening up. They're like, oh no, it's just because I'm so busy. That's why I'm not getting back to you. That's why I'm not making time for you. But it's really a cop-out, I think is the word. And then the other person being like, I'm not going to deal with this. So, yeah, it is a bit of a complicated energy for sure. So let's get into the tarot to look deeper into this. So think of the person on your mind as I'm shuffling. The deck that we're using today is called Dive to You. It's a really beautiful deck, and the creator kindly sent it to me. And I thought it would be good to use for this reading because it is like the illustrations are on the theme of love and dating and things like that, relationships. So the first thing that we're going to see is what is going on in your person's head. What are their thoughts of you right now? What are they thinking about this connection? What is their logical mind telling them? So we have the Tower. Wow. And the Two of Pentacles. And what about their emotions? We have the Knight of Swords. Oh, my heart. Okay. That just made me really emotional. And then we have the Page of Wands. And in their soul, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, and the Ace of Wands, this image. As this card came out, it was 12:21 on the camera timer, so 1221, which is a mirroring number. And then at the bottom of the deck, for what they want to tell you, we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's start over here. there's a few times when I do this kind of reading that, once we get into the tarot, I have my speculation about who is who. And I would say that, you could be mirroring each other. You could be both. I would say that your person right now is more so in that energy of, like, I'm too busy. I'm so busy. I have so much to do. With this Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles indicates we have a lot on our plate. Maybe there's a lot of change going on in our life and we have to deal with that. And I'm definitely not saying that your person is not busy or that your person is not going through a lot. Or maybe they're going through a big transition in their life, which is valid. But I do wonder if maybe they kind of lean into that for the reasons we spoke about before. Like, the real reason that they may be distancing themselves from you, it comes from that fear of being completely vulnerable and exposed. This could be a situation where they just have trust issues in general, but there could be something specifically about you that just makes them feel very seen. And it's funny because usually when we say like, oh, I feel so seen, that's a good thing, right? Like, thank you for understanding me. I feel so seen right now. A lot of us, I think, want to be seen deep down, but for some reason, this person is like afraid of being seen. It makes them feel, it makes them feel like exposed. It makes them feel vulnerable. And so there could be something specifically about you that makes them feel that way, that you just understand them on a very deep level, or you read them very well, or you make them feel intensely in a way that they're not really used to. But, and again, they could very well have a lot going for them, but I feel like they are leaning into that. They wouldn't come to you and say like, sorry, I've been distant. I'm just afraid of the way you make me feel, or I'm afraid of how vulnerable I feel, because that's not like cool, so to speak. And it would just be, oh, sorry, I've been really busy with my business or with work or with studies or whatever it is. And I was pretty surprised when this Tower card came out. It's very different from what we would normally see illustrated in a Tower card. You guys may be familiar with that phrase, like, I'm having a tower moment. It's basically a moment where, shit hits the fan. And we would normally see this tower is like on fire, it's getting struck by lightning, and it's like falling apart, and people are falling out of the tower. And what this card would usually indicate to me, you've maybe heard readers say, if this tower is falling down, it's because it's meant to fall down. It's because it wasn't built on a sturdy foundation. But like, do you see the tower falling down here? Do you see lightning? Like, it seems like a perfectly fine tower on a perfectly sunny day. Doesn't seem like anything's going wrong to me. It seems like the tower is built on a pretty good foundation. Doesn't seem like there's anything of concern here. And yet we see these two people walking away from each other. There's a feeling that your person has walked away from something perfectly good, which is you, which is the connection. I feel like you do have a strong foundation with this person, or the potential to build a strong foundation. And yet still, and that's just what it is, right? Like, anyone would be scared to climb to the top of a rickety old tower, right? You'll be like, I'm not risking my life going up that wobbly tower. But if someone is even afraid to go up this sturdy tower, it's like they have a fear of heights. They have a phobia, right? And that's still valid. But I guess, like, the word irrational fear is coming to my mind. And I guess the reason it's coming up as irrational is because there is really nothing for them to be afraid of in the connection with you. I think you would make this person very safe. You would give them no reason to distrust you. That's why I guess it's coming through as that analogy of like having a phobia of heights. If this tower was really unstable and like waving in the wind, of course, anyone would be afraid to go up that tower. The same way anyone would be afraid to trust, you know, a really shady person who has a history of backstabbing everyone. You know, that's why I think the word irrational fear is coming to my mind. I'm not trying to say that your person is like, oh, they're so irrational, but I just think that they really do have nothing to be afraid of in this situation. And if you're ever doubting yourself, like if you made them feel uncomfortable or made them feel unsafe in any way, I really have to tell you that it's not you. It's just fears that this person has. I know phobia is not really the best way to put it, but it's fears that this person has, that they can't even trust the sturdiest tower on a sunny day. You are the sturdy tower on a sunny day. I would go up this tower. I think anyone would be lucky to go up this tower. So yeah, this is where their mind is at. Moving away from the connection, keeping themselves occupied, but my heart really like, what is it called? My heart really, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. I felt it in my heart when this came out. Their emotions towards you, what's going on in their heart. Because if you look at this, you know, you can imagine this person is probably driving pretty fast, driving pretty frantically because he needs to get to someone to save them or to tell them something. So when I saw this illustration, what I thought immediately was like, I just want to run to you. And I think it's no coincidence that he's driving away from this BS, for lack of a better word. Like, this is definitely someone whose head and heart are very much not on the same page. Their head is walking away, but their heart is saying, I just want to run to you. Like, I just want to run into your arms. I just want to run to you and tell you everything. I honestly don't know how aware your person is of what's going on in their heart, because I don't know if they're in touch with their heart or if they're very disconnected. Or maybe they hear what their heart is saying, but they just don't believe their heart for some reason. Like, you're going to lead me into a trap. Maybe in the past, this person really fell for someone hard and or really trusted someone with all their heart, and they got completely backstabbed. So now, you know, even now when their heart tells them, I love this person, or I want to get close to this person, they're like, I don't believe you, heart, because last time I believed you, like, look what you did. It looks like she's like ignoring the heart, you know? She's just like, oh, let me just put on my earrings. This person might avoid their emotions, not just through work, but through material pursuits as well, or physical pursuits. I'm thinking of, you know, buying nice things or like building your physique, but it's all surface level things to hide something deeper. Yeah, I feel like this person hears their heart, but they don't listen, because there's a difference between hearing and listening. They're not completely out of touch. They know what their heart is saying. They know that their heart is saying, I want to run to group 3. It's just like at this point, they don't really find their heart to be a reliable source of what they should do. I don't necessarily think this is someone who devalues emotions in general. I think it's a personal relationship of distrust that they have with their own heart. They might actually preach to other people, you know, follow your heart, do what your heart says is right. But then when it comes to them, they're like, oh, but not me, because my heart doesn't know what it's doing. I think it's like a personal issue that they have with their heart. With the Page of Wands here, I don't know how much this will resonate for non-romantic situations, but I think that this person finds you extremely attractive. They could be very sexually attracted to you, and that may be a strong desire for them. but they may also be holding back on that because they might think that if they're with you in that way, it will just bring up their emotions. You know what I mean? Like, it would be impossible to be with you in that way and not feel anything, or like not have those feelings come up very intensely. They may be avoiding that kind of relationship with you as well, but I can see that there is a very strong desire and a very strong attraction. Also, looking at this cigarette, I'm hearing the word like vice, you know? They might almost frame it in their mind as if like, their mind might frame it as if like running to you is like a bad habit that they can't shake, you know? Like, I keep going back to group number 3, or I keep letting my desires win. I keep letting lust win, or whatever it is. Which is like, what is so bad about running to group number 3? You know, like if it's a toxic ex that you keep running back to, sure, you know? If it's someone you don't have a future with, or someone who doesn't care about you, sure. But I don't get it. It's like, obviously you care about this person and they would be, you know, safe in your arms. They would be in good hands. So it's like, why do they feel the need to deny, you know, why do they feel the need to deny the pull towards you? Why do they frame it as like, no, I have to stay disciplined. I have to stay focused. There's a disconnect. So I can only imagine how confusing it could be for you guys, like navigating interactions with this person, or, you know, dealing with what their higher self shows you versus how they behave in the 3D. But yeah, it's like in their head, it's like, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm doing my own thing. In their heart, it's like, I just want to run to you and like hold you, embrace you, be intimate with you. But they just ignore that. They ignore that urge, I guess you could say. How they're feeling in their soul. Even, I feel like this is even a like head versus heart. This is what they think they should be doing, and this is what they really want to be doing. Like, you can do both, my friend, but they're like, no, I can't like give in to this temptation. This even looks like this, like the same person. I mean, a lot of the people are wearing white button-up shirts, but doesn't the hairstyle look quite similar too? This is what they're doing in their head. This is what they want to be doing in their heart. I think with their higher self showing this Ace of Wands, it's pretty straightforward. This is the desire that their soul has. Their soul wants to be with you in this way. Your souls could very well be together in this way. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I think their higher self really does want to make things work. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting effort into something. And there's also a feeling of like, I'm going to keep putting effort into this over and over again until I'll get it right. I almost feel like the higher self is saying, like, if we don't make it work in this lifetime, I will come find you in the next one. Like, they want to make it work. They want to make it right. And we could, in this lifetime, also be working on things from previous lifetimes. But I think what they're saying with this Eight of Pentacles is that they don't want to give up. And despite what this Tower card looks like, I think their higher self very much does recognize the good thing that they have by having you in their life. Their heart and soul recognizes it. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles here. So this is what they want you to know. I think that this will probably be what their higher self wants you to know. And sometimes I say this, you maybe have heard me say this before, but I kind of feel like the Six of Pentacles is another version of the Two of Cups. I especially feel that way in the Rider-Waite, because in the Two of Cups, like the two people are wearing yellow and blue, and they're coming together. And in the Six of Cups, we also see two people wearing yellow and blue. And then we see another person at the top who is like helping those two people. And so I often think of it, especially in a love reading, as two soulmates who are being aided by like a shared spirit guide, or who are being aided by an angel. And this could even be an angel who is helping you guys. Should I get the, yeah, let's get the angel deck. Sometimes when I see an angel appear, oh, I'm gonna use, where is that one? I'm gonna use this one. This is a pretty one. Sometimes when I see angels come up in a reading, I feel called to like figure out who it might be. So I think I'm gonna use this at the end to see who this angel might be. But yeah, I think what they would like you to know is that your spirit guide, like the spirit guide that you both have, or the angel who is watching over you, is watching over both of you and is facilitating the union. And so I do think that you're in good hands in terms of divine support. I think that your higher selves have a very good relationship at this time, which is a good thing. Obviously, with this being the case in the 3D, you know, I can't tell anyone that they have to, you know, sit through this and wait through this, because what it looks like right now, it seems like at this point, you may care more about your person healing than they even care about their own healing. And that's just not gonna work. Like, you have to be the one who wants to heal. You have to be the one who wants to change. And we can't do healing work for someone else. We can certainly send energy their way, and we can send intentions their way. But even with energetic healing, I feel like we need to, you know, give permission for someone to come in and work on us. And like, if someone's not willing to, if they're not ready to look at their shadow or see the root of their problem, like if they don't want to do that, then it won't happen. And I mean, we'll have to see later what will happen in this connection, but I want to be careful with this kind of reading, that I'm not like, oh, you may be getting like completely ignored in the 3D, but just hang on, because it's like, life is short, you know? And if a connection is affecting your mental health, or if it's draining your energy, regardless whether it's a soulmate, a twin flame, whatever it might be, you always have the power to move on, move forward, to go somewhere where your energy is more welcome and chosen and prioritized, and you truly feel happy. And, you know, now that I think about it, this even talks about like reciprocity. And so their higher self might be telling you, like, you deserve to have reciprocated energy, not just in the 5D, but as a human in the 3D, because that's where you are for now. And you deserve to have that beautiful energy exchange tangibly. So if you feel that you can get that somewhere else, then you should. Like, I don't want to hold you back from that, because I need to heal right now. In these cases, it's like, it's always up to you if you want to like keep investing in the connection or not. But just from what it looks like currently, it doesn't look like your person is like on the verge of having a breakthrough or anything like that. It still kind of looks like they're living in their ego, they're living in their logical mind. They may hear what their emotions are telling them, but not really like giving weight to them. But let's see what angel is helping you right now. what angel is helping group number 3 and their person? What angel is helping with this connection? Oh, he comes out quite a bit, you know, even in other decks. Jeremiel, number 16, which is the number of the tower, actually. Also of, it makes me think of self-love, 1 and 6, because it's like self and love. So maybe this angel is helping us to see that this is a perfectly good tower and that it's safe to go up. And in fact, when we do go up this tower, we will have a much more beautiful view. I think that the potential of this connection is, you know, something that could make the both of you very happy. We have Scorpio energy here again. And actually this is Scorpio energy too, because it's Mars energy. Angel of symbols and dreams, life lessons, emotional connection, visions, claircognizance, speaks in signs and symbols. So you could connect to your person, well, through a lot of ways actually, through dreams, through clairsentience, which is like feeling the same emotion that they are feeling, like channeling their emotions. If they're somewhere out there feeling happy, then you feel their happiness. Vision, so clairvoyance, claircognizance, meaning that information just like pops into your head. You just know things. You might just know where your person is. You might just know what they're doing from a psychic insight. And then speaks in sign and symbols. When you feel stuck and need guidance, ask me for dreams to give you clarity on what course of action to take. Very interesting. Keep that in mind. Keep this angel in mind. We have amethyst, which I do have here. In fact, the closest piece of amethyst to me right now is this beautiful amethyst cloud. And on the, what is it called? On the topic of signs and symbols, cloud might be a significant symbol. We have 1 month and look for a sign. Definitely keep an eye out for signs in the next month. Pay attention to your dreams in the next month as well. And something could be revealed to you on the next new moon, because at the time I'm filming this, like we just had a new moon. So in a month from when I'm filming this, there will be another one. So yeah, next new moon could be very significant. Okay. I think that is everything that we will talk about here. So I'm going to move over into the extended reading now. As a reminder, in the extended, we're going to see what, like, ultimately, what does this person want to happen in this connection? What is like their ultimate end wish to happen between the two of you? We're also going to see, will this person eventually take action towards you, or should you be the one to take action? And if so, what actions should be taken? And then we are going to look at what will be happening in this connection over the next 6 months. So if that's something that interests you guys and you would like to join me in the extended reading, I will have that linked for you down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. And I also want to thank Ana Luisa once again for sponsoring today's video and for providing these beautiful pieces. I will have the pieces and their website linked down below. Again, please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can find my pick a card readings on Instagram, many of which are timeless. You can find my pick a card videos on Patreon, which are just like these, except for you get to choose the topic for them. You can check out my music channel, which includes the song that you heard at the very start of this video. That is an original song. You can check out my vlog channel, which is Kino Vlogs, and you can check out my merch at kinotarot.com, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video, and we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all of that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you very much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means a lot to me. Group number 3s, I'm sending so much love to you, to your person, your spirit guides, your higher selves, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.